Hi everyone, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin It. Super Bowl 52. It was on February 4th, and I totally didn't watch it. Um, but for those of you who were probably watching it, we're treated to a lot of funny Super Bowl commercials. I have no doubt. That's usually when I do watch the Super Bowl. That's my motivation for viewing it. But some of you were probably even treated to the teaser trailer of Solo, a Star Wars story. Well, I had seen it shortly after the game when it premiered on YouTube. And I've got to say, I am a little excited for it. Just a little bit excited for it. As most teaser trailers tend to do, it showed off very little, just fragments of scenes, really, to tease the audience and to just begin the process of getting people psyched for May 25th, 2018. And maybe it's just because we're still coming down from Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and, I guess the controversies that surrounded it, I suppose. But I think I might be feeling a little Star Warsed out right now. Yeah, I'm doing that. But okay. Yeah, I think I'm just coming down out of Star Wars, and I'm not quite ready to go back up yet. May 25th seems it's only it's February right now at the time of this recording, so that's what 4 months away. I'm not sure I'm ready for another Star Wars movie just yet, to be honest. Now, also, it could be some of the rumors that I've been hearing surrounding the Solo movie. And apparently, the rumor is that Disney has probably already written the movie off as a failure. And it's due to some behind-the-scenes rumors and murmurings and stuff. And it seems to be namely surrounded by our lead and new, younger Han Solo, the actor Alden Einreich. I don't know. It's German, I guess. Einreich. I'm gonna say Einreich. Ehrenreich. And there's an R. All right. Alden Ehrenreich. That's what I'm gonna say. Ehrenreich. Sorry, I don't mean to be repeating that over and over again, but I've been trying several times to say his name. I'm not getting it right. Ehrenreich. Da. According to these rumors, Ehrenreich is doing an awful job and can't seem to act. And an acting coach has been hired to assist him, and that's just not a good sign. A lot of us know Han Solo as, the devilish rogue, and maybe this guy just isn't capturing that personality properly. I don't know. I don't work at Disney. I'm not on set. I'm just guessing based off of this particular rumor. And I suppose my other issue might be this. Really? The Millennium Falcon's classic look has been kind of retconned to fill in the front prongs? Why? Come on. This is just, in my opinion, that's kind of superfluous and kind of unnecessary nonsense. I don't know. Now, I realize that this Lego set, which is known as the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, which obviously that's a spoiler. We're going to see the Kessel Run in this movie, but it's just like the box art for the Lego set, but it just leaves. It asks, it screams, I guess, a bit of a big question about the Millennium Falcon now. I mean, the old Legends canon says that the Millennium Falcon is a YT 1300 Corellian freighter, and I was actually pleasantly surprised to hear that mentioned in The Force Awakened, obviously cluing into Kylo Ren that it might be the Millennium Falcon, but it was nice to actually hear that mentioned in a movie canon where you would only see it in like a technical manual or Wikipedia or whatever. But what are the YT 1300 Corellian freighters supposed to look like now if this version of the Millennium Falcon has just that one single blade, prong, whatever, on the front of the ship? Is this supposed to be a modification to the Millennium Falcon, or is this supposed to be like the factory model and the classic Millennium Falcon that we see in the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, I mean, and the sequel trilogy, is the modification? My other concern is in Episode 3. That's where I was thinking prequel for a moment. Revenge of the Sith had a very, very brief moment. You see the Millennium Falcon docking in the Senate, the Senate Space Depot or whatever it is. It's a small, brief, minuscule scene, and you only see the Falcon for just a second, but it is there. Will that no longer be the Millennium Falcon, or will that be retconned by Disney to just be another YT 1300 freighter? These are the mini questions. Ooh, I don't know. But these are some of the fan questions that are cropping up now. I guess we have to wait till May, but it's that's kind of how I feel about it right now. Yeah. Looking at these recent photos of the Lego Millennium Falcon, it looks like the front end of the ship is gonna separate. Whether this is an escape pod or part of like a cargo, like an extra cargo space of the Millennium Falcon. Well, a little too early to tell. It's actually almost reminiscent of something I think Kenner was trying to do in the 80s for an addition to the Millennium Falcon playset. And maybe this is what that's heralding back to. They're trying to reference that unused Kenner toy. But I guess, I don't know how true. This was a quick Google search that I just looked up. But this could explain why the Millennium Falcon looks the way it does. This is just something that perhaps in the movie is ejected at some point, and at the end of the movie we'll get a more classic Millennium Falcon. I don't know. And just to see the Falcon so squeaky clean and brand new like that, it is a little bit off-putting, I'm not going to lie. I always thought the Falcon was supposed to be like a really old ship. I mean, even by the time Han eventually gets his hands on it, if the Millennium Falcon is that brand new, that well maintained, that squeaky clean by the time we see it in the Solo movie, wow, did Han and Chewie really do a terrible job maintaining upkeep of the ship and keeping it that nice. It's really kind of well used by the time A New Hope comes around, So, yeah, concerns, nerd rage. Okay, well, I'm very... But it's just... It's weird. It's weird. I want to see how they're going to spin this. I want to see how this is going to work. I want to see how this might fail, maybe. Who knows? But I really am curious now. Regardless, even if I wasn't psyched after watching the trailer, I am still curious about it. And I am going to give it a fair chance when it comes out in May. I would like to see more expanded stories in the Star Wars universe. See what life was like on other worlds, and see the height of the Empire. And the Solo movie will hopefully show us some more of that. Since I've got Star Wars on the brain, I'd like to wrap things up real quick with the prospect of the rumored Kenobi spin-off movie. Um, right now, I'd I'd still take this with a grain of salt, but the internet is kind of a buzz at the moment that Disney is planning on shooting a Kenobi movie in January 2019, like shooting it, start production in January 2019, and it would star veteran Ewan McGregor. And in spite of my apprehensions of a solo movie, I am holding out hope that this rumor might be true. I thought Ewan McGregor made a very capable younger Obi-Wan Kenobi during the prequel trilogy. Even though the prequels as a whole might not be my favorite when it comes to the Star Wars mythos, Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan is still cool, is still good, is still, he stands out for me when I think of the prequels. This rumored movie would revolve around Kenobi's exile on Tatooine, and I suppose the adventures he might have on the planet. Maybe he leaves the planet at some point, goes on a little space adventure, and returns. Maybe it has something to do with the Sand People and the Jawas. Maybe it has to do with a major confrontation with Owen Lars. Who knows? But we'll just have to see what the future holds for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm JimClassic, and you've been watching Geekin' It.